Hey guys, good morning. Um, this is Stephanie, aka the Limitless Babe, reminding you today and every day that you are limitless. So I am popping in really quick on this beautiful snowy Saturday morning. I'm pretty sure I only have a few minutes before my little sweetums wakes up, but I wanted to pop on because I had a really great call with one of my coaching clients, and I am having this super proud moment with her where I'm able to realize, hold on a second, I want to fix something because my settings are weird. That I'm realizing, oh my goodness, like the messages are clicking for her. She's getting it. And she's getting to this higher vibe state where things just, she's able to view things differently, right? So she tells me that she was texting someone on her phone while she was driving and she got pulled over, right? And so I'm like, oh boy, here we go. Tell me the story. So she tells me that the cop pulls her over and right off the bat, he's really nasty to her, just very, just doesn't care to hear anything that she has to say. Not that she's even trying to say anything. That's the funny part. She says, like, I was just sitting there, just waiting for his instruction. But at the same time, he was very like, "This is what you did. I saw you do it. You can't deny it because of this, this, and this. Why would you do that?" And then didn't give her the opportunity to say anything. So it was just very funny. She just said she sat there. She said, "Sir, I'm not arguing with you. I agree with you." That did not soften him. So anyway, he goes back. At least it didn't soften him, she said, like initially in the interaction, right? But he goes, he processes whatever he has to do. And when he comes back, he says, I'm not going to give you a ticket for, the cell phone, but I am going to give you a ticket for obstruction of view. And, he gives her this whole speech, blah, 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 and leaves. But he's still very nasty. Now, where I'm proud of her is I think that anybody could have been like, oh, well, what a jerk. Like, he could have let me speak. He could have let me get away with it. She said, like, she's like, I had a gold card. Like, he shouldn't have even given me a ticket. But at the same time, I was able to view it as this, and I'll tell you where she went with it. So she says, I had this gold card and I could have been angry about the fact that technically, like, he really shouldn't have even given me any of a ticket. He should have given me at least like the decency of an opportunity to say something. But at the same time, in that moment, I was able to drive away grateful. I was able to drive away feeling this peace and blessing, knowing that he did me a favor. While he most certainly was not nice, he was kind. He was very kind. And, um, and I was able to listen to her and say, oh my gosh, like this is exactly what we've talked about in the past. She said, yeah, like I remember when you told me that there's a big difference between being nice and being kind. And that is exactly what I observed in this situation. And so, we had this great conversation about it. And she also told me that she realized that, another way that he was kind is that he didn't block her blessings. I think that she sorry. Um I'm like trying to recap the conversation and like, whatever. But um in the conversation that I had with her, she's like, I feel like if he wouldn't have given me a ticket, I wouldn't have learned a lesson. And maybe that lesson was protection from something worse that could have happened. Maybe, God forbid, I would have gotten in an accident or I would have been distracted. And now I'm going to think twice before, picking up my phone while I'm driving. So I'm grateful that he gave me a lesson that stings a little bit, and then I'm going to actually learn from it, right? So when she said that, that's when I was like, "Oh my gosh, like drop the mic. You've got it. You are getting the message. You are getting the point." I was so proud of her. But yeah, so I kind of want to take that and go back into what her and I had discussed for, weeks about nice versus kind. And this is a huge misconception that many people have. There is a big difference between being nice and kind. And I think that sometimes people will say, oh, but you think you're being kind, but you're not being kind because of this, this, and this. Well, no, being kind doesn't mean that I have to cater to your will. Being kind doesn't mean that I have to stroke your ego. Being kind does not mean that I have to go against what is genuinely best for my interest and for your interest. Being kind means that I am honoring you as an autonomous human being. I am honoring myself as an autonomous human being. And I am being 100% honest with you about my boundaries, what I will accept, what um, is appropriate, and letting you be a mature adult, seeing you as a mature adult, and letting you make appropriate choices for yourself. That's what being kind is. Whereas being nice is, I want to save you. Being nice is, I want to cushion the blow. I'm going to sacrifice myself to make you happy, but I'm being really dishonest and in reality, being really selfish because I'm not being nice because I actually care about you or respect you as a human being. I'm being nice because quite the opposite. I must not really respect you or see you as capable if I think I have to save you and cushion the blow. That says that I think on some level you're inferior than me and you need me to help you out. You need me to take it easy on you because you're not capable of doing this on your own. And in my perception and what I've been teaching my clients is that that's not kind. Being nice, while the intention may what's the word I'm looking up? Yeah. Well, on the conscious level, on the surface level, it may be perceived as good intentions. What's hanging out in the subconscious is actually not very very sweet or very caring. It's very selfish. It's very condescending. It's it's not great. So, whenever given the choice between being nice and kind, I hope that you are able to choose being kind every day because kind is something that will stand the test of time. Kind is something that will serve you and everyone around you for years to come. Whereas being nice may serve in that moment, but odds are you're sacrificing some piece of yourself in order to be nice. And eventually you're going to bubble up and blow up at that person because nice is not authentic. Nice is not what your soul really wants to do. Nice is a facade, a mask that we put on because we want people to like us. We want to be people pleasers. We want to be seen and validated on this superficial level versus trusting that person that if I show you who I really am, and if I trust you with my boundaries, you will shine and I will shine. And you will then, in turn, see the real, authentic version of who I am, not who you want to see, not who I want you to see. So I'm hoping that this makes sense. And I get that it can kind of be like a radical thought process to say, but wait a second, I was raised to be nice. I was always told, be nice, be nice. Well, I hope that this kind of popped that bubble and made sense and shed some new light on you guys to the point where you're able to say, excuse me, to yourself, to your children, to the loved ones around you, be kind and understand what that means because so many people use that word and have no clue what it means. And it's very interesting to see and kind of comical to see when someone says, "Oh, but you're not being kind." Well, actually, yes, I am. I am being the kindest person in your life right now. You're just not capable of seeing it because you're surrounded by people pleasers, toxic people, um, people who are not comfortable being themselves around, people who don't trust you to be themselves around you, people who don't trust you to be able to handle the truth. And that's not kind. That is not kind, guys. So I'm sure I will talk about this topic many more times in the future, but it just so happened that I had this great coaching call with my client and I had to share how first of all how proud I was of her that she was able to immediately redirect her thought process and say, "Well, yeah, this stinks. Oh my gosh, thank you. Thank you, rude, nasty officer, for being kind." And isn't that funny? You don't expect to say kind, like the adjective kind with the adjectives of rude and nasty, but yeah, like, yeah, he was rude and nasty. Let's be real. That was just a reality. But he was kind. He didn't block her blessings. He protected her. He held her accountable in a way that says that I see your potential and I see where you can go, and I'm not going to block you from getting there. So that's another really quick point that I want to make. When people are nice to you, it blocks your growth. So think about that. Think about who in your life, sorry, the dog is snoring. Oh, Janet. Think about who in your life are you being nice to and blocking their growth by not holding them accountable, by not being kind, by not being honest about your needs, your desires, your boundaries, and instead just trying to please them so that they will like you. Is that someone that you want in your life? Someone that you can't trust to like you if you were your authentic self? So that's where I'm leaving you guys today. A little bit of a thought process for you to think about, maybe journal about. Feel free to share any of your comments, questions with me. You guys know how to reach me. You can either pop a comment below or you can email me at thelimitlessbabe@gmail.com, DM me at thelimitlessbabe, and I will hopefully talk to you guys soon. Have a blessed one. Enjoy the beautiful view. I don't think it's supposed to be bad in the area that I am. If it is accumulating, the snow's accumulating a lot where you live. I hope that you're able to find some joy in that. Maybe go sledding, maybe take the kids out and play in it. Do whatever you can to bring joy, peace, and love into your life today. And I am sending you nothing but love and good energy and joy. I will see you soon. Stay limitless. Bye.